Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for checking the video out. Today we have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover today. So getting right into the first topic, we're talking about Capcom and how they are letting us know that they want everybody to watch the Game Awards and to not miss all of the incredible announcements. Coming from Gaming Bolt, they say with the Game Awards right around the corner, new details are beginning to emerge on the many new announcements that will be shown off during the event. Several major ones have already been confirmed, including the likes of Tekken 8, Final Fantasy 16, and Star Wars Jedi Survivor. But now it seems that Capcom 2 might have something to show. Taking a Twitter via the official Capcom USA account, the company recently put out a tweet hyping up the Game Awards, asking fans to tune in to catch all of the incredible announcements and awards. Of course, though, there's nothing in the message to explicitly suggest that Capcom is hinting at an imminent announcement of its own. Many have been speculating that this might indeed be the case. Capcom does have a number of major titles in the pipeline that could potentially be in line for a new showing. RE4 Remake is due out in March, while Street Fighter 6 and Exoprimal are also set to release sometime in 2023. Of course, many will be hoping that the mysterious Pragmata may finally make an appearance, while Mega Man fans are also hopeful of a new announcement in the near future. So I just wanted to let you guys know this because to me, this is a clear hint from Capcom that they are going to be showing something off at the Game Awards. And I've seen quite a few people speculating on what it could be. And to me, the most interesting thing that I've seen is somebody pointing out that when it comes to Resident Evil announcements on the NVIDIA leak, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with that leak. It was a document that leaked out a long time ago, pretty much listing a ton of unannounced games. And since then, a ton of games on that list have been announced. One of the games that was on that list was Resident Evil Outbreak, which could be a new Outbreak or a remake or a remaster of some kind. That has never been announced. So I did see some people speculating maybe that's where it's going to happen. Now, for me personally, that would be a dream come true. I loved Resident Evil Outbreak, and it would be absolutely insane to see that game announced at the Game Awards, but it could be many other things. In fact, it's much more likely to be something related to RE4 Remake or Street Fighter 6. So let me know what you hope to see from Capcom. Moving on to the next topic, though, we're talking once again about The Witcher 3 and the big upgrade that plenty of people are anticipating and looking forward to. We have new information regarding the mods as well as the Netflix mission that's being added. So when it comes to the Netflix mission that's related to the show, it's going to be about 30 minutes long, and you'll have to be level 15 to play it. And we're also finding out that completing it will get you the Forgotten Wolven gear to make Geralt resemble Henry Cavill in the show's first season, and that if you upgrade it, it will grant the Mastercraft version, which resembles the Season 2 armor. In addition to new content like quick sign casting, a dynamic toggle for UI visibility, and so on, several community mods have been added. And so the mods that you're going to be getting on console include the HD Reworked Project, World Map Fixes, Nitpickers Patch, various visual fixes, immersion and gameplay tweaks, and HD Monsters Reworked mod. So I'm not really too familiar with these, but this was something that we found out, console players would have access to. So let me know if you plan on trying out any of these mods and if you plan on playing the Netflix style mission. The next topic, though, talks about GTA 5, specifically the current gen version, and how Rockstar has revealed that they are going to be adding ray traced reflections to the fidelity mode. This was revealed on Rockstar's Newswire, and they say PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X will add ray traced reflections, rendering real-time reflections on many surfaces via the fidelity mode graphics settings. So at this point, when it comes to Rockstar games, I think most people are eager to learn about their next major project, which is GTA 6, especially after all the leaks that happened. But while we wait, it is cool to, finally get something like this for the current gen consoles. It was something that was missing there. So let me know if you're somebody who's still playing GTA 5 or GTA Online, and if you're excited about getting some ray traced reflections. I assume we're also going to see ray traced reflections in GTA 6 because of this in their fidelity mode. So let me know. Moving on to the next topic, though, this is a pretty significant one if you are somebody who is at all interested in what might happen with Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Apparently, Nintendo and Valve have agreed to Microsoft's 10-year Call of Duty deal, and this is putting immense pressure on Sony now. So, reading from PlayStation Lifestyle, it says Nintendo and Steam owner Valve Corporation have agreed to Microsoft's 10-year Call of Duty deal should Xbox's acquisition of Activision Blizzard King go through. Xbox CEO Phil Spencer announced the news on Twitter, with Microsoft's vice chair and president joining the conversation by urging Sony to sit down and talk. Microsoft's latest move puts considerable pressure on Sony, determined to sway regulators in the US, UK, and EU. The company has reiterated its stance that Sony's fears, especially surrounding Call of Duty, are unfounded. This puts regulators in a peculiar position too. Should they challenge the acquisition, Microsoft is likely to have a stronger position in court, having major platforms by its side. If Sony fails to come to the agreement before the acquisition is approved, it will miss out on a lengthy legal binding contract altogether. So this is by far the most significant update to this entire situation, and it does change the playing field here, because the most important thing, in my opinion, with this is that Sony now has to decide if they are willing to die on this hill, that hill being they are pushing to get it blocked, and more importantly, they actually believe this will get blocked, or that there's a very good chance it could. Because with Nintendo and Valve both basically coming out saying like, yeah, we signed this 10-year contract, no problem. Sony is the only outlier now. And it's clear that Microsoft is going to fight hard to get this to go through. So in the end, if this does end up going through and Sony decides not to sign that 10-year contract, that could ultimately render Sony in the worst possible position that they could have ended up in by the time this is all said and done. But again, it really just comes down to how confident Sony is that this could get blocked. I'm going to be honest, at this point, my opinion, and just my opinion only, I don't think this is getting blocked. I think that it will be drug out. I think it'll go through a bunch of different hoops, but I think by the end of it, this is going to go through, and I'm beginning to think that maybe Sony's best move here might be to sign this contract. I say that simply because now Sony's being put up against both Nintendo and Valve, and it just seems like it's becoming a really significant uphill battle. Although maybe we could look at it the other way, though. You could also argue that Microsoft is coming out here and pushing this so hard because they're that nervous that it could get blocked. But if there's one thing that I think we should pay attention to, is that this is a major concession that Microsoft is willing to make. And if there's anything that's going to sway the regulators in Microsoft's favor, it's concessions like this. A 10-year deal is a very long deal in the gaming industry. I mean, that's a whole decade. And, it would be something that if Sony signed it, they wouldn't have to worry for another 10 years. But, Sony is thinking about the long term just as much as Microsoft is. And so, if the day were to come where after the 10-year deal is up and they decide we're not going to renegotiate a contract, we actually just want to pull it off the platform, that's probably what's kind of going through Sony's mind right now. There's also the fact that clearly Sony doesn't want Call of Duty launching in the Game Pass, because even if Call of Duty still launches on PlayStation, the fact that it will be in Game Pass is still going to hurt them a lot if they can't manage to get it on PlayStation Plus as well. So there you go. That's the big update to this situation. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. I'm getting tired of talking about it. I know you guys are tired of hearing about it, but this was important enough that I figured, you guys need to know what's going on here. And if you're a Nintendo player, let me know. Do you care that you're now apparently going to get Call of Duty? Let me know. Next up, we have a pretty interesting update coming from Jim Ryan, the president and CEO of PlayStation, in regards to the PS5 supply situation. So this is a quote that he recently gave. He said, "We would like to report that we have resolved the long-term supply issue of the PlayStation 5, and we will be able to deliver to Japan and Asia customers from year-end shopping season and into 2023. We apologize for any inconvenience and greatly appreciate your understanding and cooperation. Many fascinating titles were born in Japan and Asia in 2022, and I look forward to honoring them for their outstanding achievements today. PlayStation will continue to strive to be the best place to play for everyone. Now, this was delivered during the, I believe, PlayStation Award or Partner Awards, and that's why he's talking specifically about Asia and Japan. But as we've seen, this is something that can likely apply globally. I mean, now more than ever, it's easy for people to find a PS5, to buy one, to secure one. You really don't have to fight too hard for it based off of what I can tell. And I'm just hearing more and more from people that they're either walking in the stores or seeing them on shelves, or they're seeing them in stock online. So I just wanted to give you that small update because, you know, there were times where we were thinking, you know, is this shortage going to last well into 2023? Is it going to last possibly into 2024? The good news is, at least for the PS5 and for Sony, that's not the case. It seems like it's definitely either over by now or about to be completely over. Next up, though, we have some pretty big information regarding the Uncharted series, if this leak is to be believed. This is being reported on by Insider Gaming. They say a new report from theleak.co suggests that the Uncharted series has been greenlit for a reboot, but won't be developed by Naughty Dog. According to the leak, the series will be handed to an unknown developer, but Naughty Dog is expected to initially assist the new team. Theleak.co has a generally good track record when it comes to reporting leaks across a number of industries, and although Insider Gaming was unable to corroborate the report, we have heard rumblings of something to do with the Uncharted series in the past, but once again, we could not corroborate this report. As for when this supposed Uncharted reboot will be announced, it's anyone's guess, but we wouldn't be surprised if it's a few years down the line. Now, I had to cover this because apparently where this is coming from, theleak.co, they do have a pretty good track record, so we might not want to just completely write this off as, yeah, whatever, you know, it's probably just something that's made up. And on top of that, this actually makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? We've been hearing different things about Uncharted throughout the years, but I think that Sony settling on, okay, we're going to reboot the series makes the most sense. And I actually do think that them giving it to another team, which it'll be very interesting to find out who ends up getting it, also makes the most sense. Naughty Dog has kind of made it clear, in my opinion, that their focus for now is on The Last of Us, as well as what seems to be a new IP. Now, we haven't had it explicitly confirmed by Neil Druckmann or Naughty Dog that they're working on a new IP, but they did confirm they're working on a new game. And, you know, people did speculate. Maybe they're talking about Uncharted, or maybe they're talking about The Last of Us Part 3. When it comes to The Last of Us Part 3, they could very well be talking about that. But a lot of people, I think, are leaning more towards a new IP alongside The Last of Us multiplayer game. Obviously, Naughty Dog can't stretch themselves too thin. If these are the projects they're focused on, it's unlikely they're going to be able to also focus on Uncharted. But it is interesting to note that apparently whoever is getting the Uncharted IP is going to be assisted initially by Naughty Dog, which I think is good because this is likely going to help the development team quite a bit. It's going to be a big undertaking to carry the Uncharted legacy, and to just kind of have Naughty Dog there to kind of help you, you know, get started and, you know, get moving, I think will help a lot. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. I also want to add before ending the video, I also think that it's going to be a while until we hear about this. I could see maybe an announcement coming next year, like the announcement that Uncharted's coming back, and this is the studio that's developing it, and we can't wait to share more details with you in the future. Could see an announcement like that, but I think an actual release is many years away. Anyway, that's going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share the video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.